Nothing more comforting than having a ghost cook in your house whilst you're sleeping. Oh, and she's made us a lovely white cake. Do you have children? She has a child? How did you get a child? Have a snack, be a snack. That is the family motto unofficially. Hello from the void, it's Rose. Welcome back to my channel and my not so berry challenge, where we're still settling into our third generation yellow. This is going to be episode 2, and last time, with our first real focus on MacLonely at Gen 3 Air, we had some weird stuff go down. So we couldn't build a rocket, don't know why, so I spent a really long time researching why that was, and basically I found there's a bug in cottage living that prevents you from doing it because of something to do with the fair. I don't know. Anyway, we'll get to that. And also our girlfriend, who we've been with since we were a teenager, when we used to like bring alcohol to science museums to impress her, started acting pretty shady and like standing us up on dates or just like leaving immediately. So we're definitely going to need to suss out what's going on there. And hopefully we'll get to Mac's first day at his job, because in typical Sims fashion, for some reason he doesn't have to work for like the first week basically of his young adulthood. So without any further chit chat, let's get to the video. You are currently witnessing the end of me inviting loads of people over to my house to try and make them build my rocket, because apparently that was a workaround that used to work. Cottage living broke rocket building, according to the internet, but I spent about 6 in-game hours trying to trick different people into building my rocket and gave up and installed a mod. So now, with the help of that, Mac should, there we go, instantly be able to start building his... Oh, and we've instantly blown ourselves up. But he has managed to throw up the start of his rocket after his whole life leading up to this moment. Ever since Floor started reading him driving to Mars, he has been dreaming of the day he would own his own rocket, and now he does. It's only taken his entire slightly traumatic childhood and me a hell of a lot of stress to get here, but we now have 2 days till work and we can focus on making some progress. I do also, though, having spent all day on rocket related activity, want to have our girlfriend, I guess she's still our girlfriend, over, Angel, and see if we can't, oh Mac, baby, stay upright, and see if we can't work out what's happening here. They're not even doing a hello kiss anymore. That's how much the relationship has tanked, and something is wrong. When we spoke to her at the bowling alley, she said she really wanted children, and Mac actively doesn't want kids right now, so that is definitely something they need to talk about if there's any hope of repairing things. So I think we're just going to have Mac ask her a load of questions, find out like what she's doing. We don't really know her as an adult, like how's life, what are you working on, what do you even want from life, like is there any point in even trying to make this work? You know, are you into me anymore? Based on the relationship paths which have pretty much vanished, we don't know the answer to any of those. So it seems like she is still like attracted to us, but that's not really enough. Mac is definitely a little bit bruised mentally around the idea of relationships, having witnessed his mum had about 2,000 in front of him and them often be not great. So I think he really would like to make it work, in the sense of, I think for him a big win would be just like having one great love in his life and it going really smoothly, but he also isn't going to be willing to compromise, although he is willing to tell her loved ones have died. A little bit of flaw coming through there, which Angel did not appreciate, and now is not the time to go watch TV, babe. We really, really need you to talk to MacLonely, please. What are we talking about now? Awkwardness. Well, we're being nice to each other at least, which is a start, and Mac's pumping her up a bit, which is also nice. Oh, okay, well, that's good that you want to kiss us, but at the same time, oh, he's thinking about having sex in a rocket. No. Thank God the rocket isn't finished, but also no, there will be no woo-woos until we've sorted out the baby question and also the birth control question, because I have been caught out too many times. In The Sims, to be clear, I'm not running around here with a secret army of babies. I asked Mac to impishly pester Angel just because it kind of seemed in line with his personality, which she didn't like, but she's sort of trying to keep it sweet, although I've now reminded myself of that Mormon documentary, which you definitely should watch. But we're gonna go ask her to stop birth control, because she's definitely flirting with us and there's definitely not going to be anything without birth control and realistic conversations. Oh, Carmine's turned up. Hi Carmine. Not the best timing, but at the same time, if Angel's going to be with us, she has to fit in with our family to a degree. Life's not all going to be dinosaurs and Barbie castles after all, says Mac. You need to, be nice to my mum. You don't have to immediately leave when she gets here. But we're just going to go quickly say hello to our mum, and then Mac is pretty exhausted. So I think we'll just ask Angel a couple more questions about her career and maybe try and find out her final trait, because this has actually gone better than I thought it was going to. And I feel like Mac is going to make a decision relatively slowly. So nothing today has been like, we absolutely have to end things. She's a stay-at-home mum? How is that possible? Does that mean she has a child? I didn't even think of asking if she has children. She's like younger than us. Do you have children? She has a child? How did you get a child? How? Like, seriously, yeah, she's on day 1 of being a young adult and she has a child, and I do not have teen pregnant. And the child she's literally gone and adopted a child on the first day of her adulthood. I don't even know where to begin with that. That is a thing that a person can do. And just as I was saying, hey, maybe they don't have to break up. Maybe this is repairable, because Mac's always really, really been into her. But I don't know if he would be able to work with that. So I think the best thing right now is to ask Angel to leave. I don't think we would want her around whilst we process that fairly significant bombshell, and instead we'll just hang out with our mum, I guess, who's having a dance party. Maybe we can ask her for some reassurance or some advice. Maybe she'll have some wise words for us, or some unwise words for us. Either way, we might as well try and make use of her to make sense of this situation. So we'll just, eat our breakfast scramble off our dead grandma's ashes and apparently get yelled at. Carmine, why are you yelling? She is calling us out, which I can see happening, because Mac's always kind of blamed her for everything that's happened in her life and been like, oh, well, why couldn't you do better? Why couldn't you set me a better example? She's like, sometimes life is complicated. Oh, and flaws come by. We've got our dead grandma here to weigh in, whilst Carmine is telling Mac that she doesn't think he has a good circle around him, which, again, harsh in this moment, but also fair. He doesn't really have a circle at all, and the people he does have haven't really made much of an effort to see him. So maybe Flor will have some kinder advice for him, given he's always kind of been her baby. Let's see, what did she say? Well, he asked about his cooking, and he is a terrible cook, to be fair. Mac, maybe ask people things that they might tell you what you want to hear about, rather than setting yourself up for people to disappoint you even more. Although he's still feeling pretty confident, for better or worse. So we're going to send him to bed for now, and Flor is doing some cooking. Nothing more comforting than having a ghost cook in your house whilst you're sleeping. Oh, and she's made us a lovely white cake. Thank you, I guess. And she's just going to haunt the TV. Please don't break it. And thus ends yet another totally normal day in the life of the Spectra household. We've gained the personal rift sentiment with our girlfriend who adopted a child without our knowledge. So on our fresh Monday morning, I think we are going to take Mac back to basics and have him work on his baby, which is his rocket. Yeah, he's thinking about children, and he just doesn't want to be a dad at the moment. He absolutely wouldn't want the kind of childhood he had for any other kid, so I can't see that, given the state of his and Angel's relationship at the moment, the fact he doesn't know the kid she's adopted and like what he wants from his life, it's just not going to happen. So I think we're going to have to break them up. But in positive vibes, he's leveled up rocket skill, and no, you can't not like rocket science. I'm sorry, babes, that's just not plausible to your character. Game, got that wrong. But we can also pay our bills. We are left with a very small amount of money, but that's pretty good going for your first week's bills in your new home, MacLonely. But he's still feeling a bit weird, so we're going to have him go work on his aspiration by upgrading the sink, and his dad, who I've just realised has the same hairstyle as him, has dropped round. I think I do owe Mac a makeover for definite, because it has been a while since I did him up, and I would like to give him a slightly more grown-up, going-to-work look, I think. So we'll probably work on that, probably off camera, because I'm not good at creator sim videos. I spend way too long on literally everything. And we're just gonna take care of some of our needs. We've had about 3 showers today, because for some reason either our shower doesn't like top up his hygiene all the way, or he keeps getting out midway through. So, oh, another white cake. Thank you, Oriole. I think this is a bug. Everyone that comes over makes me a white cake, and I've got about 4 in the fridge at this point, which is not ideal because I don't want Mac to live on cake alone. But for now, I think we're just gonna maybe take him somewhere that has always been a sort of safe decompressing space for him, which is his little running spot he would always come to when Carmine was visiting with Mithra and Genesis. So we're just gonna have him jog around absolutely filthy, and he is still super uncomfortable. He needs a shower, which is fair enough. I didn't want to give him one before he jogged, but we're gonna pop a face mask on and get him to put some lotion on because that might help. Yeah. And then once you are feeling a little bit more comfortable, why don't you have a little go at doing some stargazing and really focus on what you want from life. We know what you want. You want to get up there. You want to be among the clouds, among the stars, and having a kid that you didn't plan for to raise right now isn't gonna let that happen for you. So let's head home. Oh God, he's burning to death. I mean, I guess his jogging outfit is pretty long sleeved, but yeah, please, let's quickly get out of this burning sun. We only have one chance. We really, really, really don't want you to die. Come on. Stressful. Okay, we are home. Carmine is here. She's always here. They're always here. We're just going to pretend we haven't seen her and run inside. Okay, we have finally lost the burning to death mood. Look, thank you. And now it is definitely time for our 7,000th shower. Oh God, Oriole is still here. Could you maybe... Yes, please go home. I honestly... Max... Family, I guess, maybe because they know he doesn't really have friends, are just constantly at his house, but he is a loner, and I think in his head he's like, guys, leave me alone. How am I ever meant to make a life for myself if you're like here all the time? So they're like, okay, we can give you some space to make some horrifying looking BLT sandwiches and live exactly as you choose. You can blast some music, sit in your kitchen on your own, eating your gross sandwiches on your own, thinking about all of the friends that you don't have and your girlfriend that you have to break up with, and the fact that you don't have AC in this trailer that is quite sad and depressing. But yeah, if that is what you want from your life, Mac, like, they will support you because they love you. I will support you, or torment you because I am your sim god, but this is what you chose. The last thing we need to do for his work tasks before we go in is to play some chess, and I can't really afford a chessboard at the moment, so I've sent him down to the park and set him up playing some chess, kind of in the hope that someone would come join him. Like, that would be a good way for him to make a friend, like a park chess buddy is someone that I think he would definitely be happy to have in his life. But we stayed here for like 4 hours and nobody came to play with us, which is kind of sad. So sad little sausage is going to sort of tiredly stomp his way home and top off another day of sort of inconclusive nothingness. I guess the real downside of being hyper-focused on getting to space is he hasn't given that much thought to what he wants out of his life on Earth. So we're just going to send him to bed on the grounds that at least tomorrow we do have work. And while he was sleeping, I did take the opportunity to update him a little bit. We've given him a slightly shorter do, which I think looks super cute on him. Makes him look like even more of a unit than he already did. And we've also updated a few of his outfits just to be a bit more grown up. I gave him a less sweaty looking athletic outfit. And he is actually following on from his mum, who was a big fan of at uni taking a snack with her on her jog. So he has taken his breakfast out on his jog with him. Have a snack, be a snack. That is the family motto unofficially. And this is one of his new everyday looks, which I think is super cute. I wanted it to still be like, I'm a little bit of a dork, but also I have a job and am being a grown-up. But yeah, I love that look on him. Oh, and it's GeekCon. Yes, we would love to travel to GeekCon. Maybe, again, we will find some people to be friends with, although off the bat, the only person I'm seeing is Marigold, who he's not like not friends with. Ooh, yeah, we're definitely not paying to upgrade the generic rocket, but I was kind of hoping that maybe some of his school acquaintances would be here and then they could bond over having GeekCon in common. But at the moment I can see Queenie is also here. It's only his mum's ex's stroke current partners that seem to be here, but never mind, we can let him play some video games. Oh, Flora is calling. I'm guessing she's going to invite us to GeekCon. Yes. I mean, I guess if you don't have any friends, hanging with your dead grandma is better than nothing, is it? Unsure. Anyway, we'll say yes for now. And I think I would like him to have the festival t-shirt. I never really buy these, but it feels very on brand for him. So can we go get one of those, please? Yes, ma'am. One of your finest GeekCon t-shirts. Be friends with the vendor, but that feels a little bit desperate. My game's like loading rate for changing outfits is so slow at the moment. Anyway, we're going to have him go and do some rocket building because why not? Although I do feel like I should kind of save the rocket building time to build it at home, but this one is fancier than the one we're building, which makes sense because that's like a home rocket, and this is probably a higher end one. Flora has turned up. I thought she ditched us, and honestly being stood up by your dead grandma is pretty devastating. So yeah, we'll just let them work on this. It's kind of a throwback to when Flor used to take Mac with her to the science lab inappropriately and like let him run around as a toddler while she did rocket building. So it's nice to see them do it together, even if one of them is dead. Unfortunately, we're kind of running out of time for Mac to find a friend at GeekCon because he has work at 1 p.m. Oh, hi Daisy. Oh, Daisy's pregnant? Yeah. Okay, Daisy and Crimson are having another baby. I guess you go, kids. But yeah, we're basically out of time at GeekCon, so we're going to have Mac and Flor have a little farewell cuddle. It's nice that she invited us to the fair, and then we are going to send Mac off to his first ever day as an astronaut, where he has to buy or make a present for his boss. I think we're going to make a present because we're quite poor. We can't really buy anything good online, and fortunately that has generated a small performance gain. He appreciated our crafty handmade ways, and it's possible, I think, maybe with that in our pockets, that we might be on track to get promoted today even. We will just have to wait and see. Doesn't finish work till 9 o'clock, which is pretty late, so we're just going to watch the sunset over the Whittle yellow trailer. And yay, we did get promoted. First day already promoted. You go, Mac Attack. And oh my god, he looks like such a little normie in his little suit. Honestly, it looks like he's going to try and convert you to Mormonism, but we have received a bonus. We've got some blueprints, a satellite for the telescope. Oh, it's an interaction for the telescope track satellites. And I just really think having his first day at work go so brilliantly has definitely confirmed to Mac that he's on the right path. He knows what he wants. So we've invited over Angel to have that bittersweet final conversation and end the relationship. I think Mac, he still cares about her, but they just don't want the same things. I downloaded the relationship and pregnancy wellness mod, so that does give me some more ways to break up. So I'm going to go for separate permanently, but amicably, because, we don't want things to be vitriolic between them. And I like how it gives you like a list of different reasons. The reality is he's just choosing himself and not her. Like, he's not willing to accept a life that he knows he doesn't want just to try and make a relationship that was already imperfect work. But I feel like if I choose like loving another, aka loving yourself, she's going to assume that that means he's like emotionally cheated on her. So I think we're just going to have to go for this love is dead.
Yes.
Lisa, Starby, would ya?
Oh, she seems pretty upset. I guess maybe she hoped that he would like step up and take on the kid and, maybe want to churn out a whole bunch of babies with her, but that hasn't happened. She took a gamble and it hasn't paid off, and now she is furious with him. They're ending the relationship. Yep, that has happened. Mac just broke up with Angel. Angel and Mac now despise each other. They've got full red, and Angel refused to separate amicably. Her negative feelings are too strong, it seems. There's no staying on good terms. And so Mac is really sad about that, and she is bitter about the breakup. I am just going to have Mac try and apologise straight up, because having witnessed all his mum's relationships ending, I feel like he definitely wants things to end better for them, but she's not willing to accept the apology, and he's feeling pretty sad. So I think the best thing for now is just to send her home, and maybe down the road a bit they can have a conversation and settle things down. I'm sure there is someone out there, Angel, who wants the same things as you, but you can't just make someone into what you want by not communicating with them, so this mismatched relationship is over. Mac is now just sadly watching TV next to a mouldy cake and thinking sad thoughts about all of his sad emotions. So as a treat for him, I have bought him an at-home chess table, not least because I was a bit worried if I sent him off lot, he might just cry everywhere. So we now used our bonus to get him this little chess table to hopefully at least drive his fun up and do his work task at home. And he's just sort of whimpering and moving pieces around, playing chess alone. And the definite sad thing, ooh, level up, yay. Something that's definitely sad, aside from like the end of the relationship, is that Angel was his only friend. He has like a bunch of acquaintances from different areas of his life, but I think in the next episode we definitely need to try and focus on building his network a bit, because at the moment he's just crying alone under the covers. And just generally, aside from his family, who he wants some distance from, and Floor's spirit, which is fading away, I don't think so. We're going to strengthen that connection to the physical world. And then we're going to need to strengthen some of his friendships, because aside from his dead grandma, his parents, and his sister, Mac just has not really much going on in his life aside from his job, and apparently he is nakedly praying to his grandma's spirit to not leave him alone in the world, which is sad but poignant way to end the episode. I remember when I moved from the Mint Gen to the Rose Gen, I was like, how can the Rose Gen possibly be as chaotic as Floor was? And then Carmine struck. And I think part of that was definitely the serial romantic, it's so hard to say, serial romantic aspiration. But part of it was definitely just her own brand of crazy. So then I was moving on to Mac, and that's a loner sim who's pursuing science kind of off on their own. And I was like, this is going to be kind of boring after Carmine. There is no way that there can be chaos. And then Angel, childhood, simple, in theory, girlfriend, adopts a child and leaves Mac heartbroken at the beginning of his adult years with no friends and nothing to live for, except space. Continuous space living for. So yeah, I guess this game is going to keep surprising me, and every generation is going to be a new set of chaotic things. So if you are enjoying the journey, if you like seeing me suffer at the hands of whatever demon computer is running my game, do give me a little thumbs up, maybe consider subscribing if you want to really see me suffer in the long term, and I will catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.